What's going on everyone, and welcome back to another video. My name is Soman and today's video is going to be about expected goals, XG. We are going to talk about what it actually is and how do we actually calculate expected goals in football. So in football, every chance is given a quality value ranging from 0 to 1. This quality value basically gives us information about how good or bad a chance was. And based on this quality number, we come up with the decision that whether or not the player should have converted this chance into a goal, or it was too difficult of a chance to score the goal. In the past, we had this very basic formula for calculating expected goals, and the formula was XG is equal to 0.10 into the total number of shots. So this formula suggested that every shot had a 10% chance of ending up as a goal. In simple words, we can say that if a player takes a total of 10 shots, he is expected to score 1 goal. But we don't use this formula anymore because it doesn't take into consideration the type of the shot and other factors that could have a big impact on the final output. So what exactly do we take into consideration nowadays to calculate this quality value for each individual chance? The factors taken into account while assigning a quality value to each individual chance are distance from the goal, whether the shot was taken from inside the box or outside the box, angle of the shot, whether the player could see the full face of the goal or he had a very tight angle to shoot. Was it a 1v1 position? Did the player had to beat numerous opposition players before he took the shot, or was it a 1v1 ground duel? Other factors that are taken into consideration for calculating expected goals include the number of bodies that were trying to protect the goal box, whether the player took the shot with his stronger foot or the weaker foot, was it a rebound, etc. etc. According to Opta, the closest you are to the goal, the higher the quality value will be for that particular chance. Tammy Abraham scored this goal against Southampton on Sunday. No one really expected him to score the goal from that position. Opta also gave this chance an XG value of only 0.10. The chance was given such a low value because Tammy is taking the shot from outside the box. His shooting angle is also very narrow because the goalkeeper has stepped out of his line. And lastly, Tammy is being closed down by 2 players. And this is why scoring the goal from this particular situation is very difficult. We all know that Tammy Abraham scored the goal, and thus he outperformed his XG value by a margin of 0.90. Tammy has scored 8 goals in the league this season in 8 games. Tammy's XG value after 8 games is 4.68, which means he should have scored only 4 or 5 goals after 8 games. But he is outperforming his XG by a margin of 3.32. Tammy Abraham is the only player in the league who is outperforming his expected goals by a margin of more than 3 goals. And this is why Chelsea fans shouldn't get surprised if his numbers go down as the season progresses, because Tammy won't be able to sustain this as the season progresses. Sergio Aguero, on the other hand, has also scored 8 goals in the league, and his XG number is 6.79, which is very close to 8. So that means Aguero is getting more easy goal scoring chances than Tammy Abraham, and this is why the difference in his XG and his actual goals is only 1.21. Both Aguero and Tammy have the same number of goals, but XG value tells us that Tammy Abraham is a better finisher as he is scoring goals from far more difficult chances. Sergio Aguero's expected goals value is 6.79 based on the chances that he has received so far in the league. And Tammy Abraham's XG value is 4.68. And thus Tammy is keeping up with Aguero through his excellent finishing, because the XG values actually indicate that Tammy had more difficult chances or less goal scoring chances, but he was still able to convert those half chances into goals. Now this could indicate 2 things. Number 1, Tammy is a great finisher and he has the ability to convert half chances into goals. And number 2, Tammy is being lucky as he is converting chances of very low quality into goals. We can only answer this question at the end of the season because it's nearly impossible to maintain this big margin between your XG and actual goals as the season progresses. So now the question is that how does XG helps us to analyze a player's performance? If a player has a lower XG value and his actual goals are more than his XG value, then it tells us that this particular player is a great finisher and he can convert half chances into goals. Aubameyang, Teemu Pukki, Harry Kane, Jamie Vardy and Callum Wilson, they are all outperforming their XG by a margin of at least 1 goal, which means they are all clinical finishers and they will convert their goal scoring chances into goals. But if the XG value is more than your actual goals, then you are not a good finisher, as you are missing simple goal scoring chances. Now let's take the example of Marcus Rashford. Rashford has an XG value of 4.39. So based on the chances that Rashford has received so far, he was supposed to score at least 4 goals. But Rashford has only managed to score 3 goals so far, and 2 out of those 3 goals were scored from the penalty spot. So that means Rashford is massively underperforming, and the difference between his actual goal and XG is minus 1.39, which means he is missing goal scoring chances. I hope I was able to give you guys some information about expected goals and how we assign different quality values to different chances and how they impact the expected goals. Thank you so much guys for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.